Yeah.
Oli, we ask about it a lot, but another game where your guys are able to just find a way late to take a close one. How happy are you about the outcome of this game?
I'm very happy because we continue to do a nice job of just staying focused, and that's a big part of this. You can easily get distracted and start to think about what just happened, or start thinking too far ahead of what it's going to take to come back, but the guys just continue to stay focused on what's right in front of them, and done a nice job of coming back often, and that's another example of it. Yeah.
So much this year, we have spent time, and I think you pushed back the other day saying every team's going to face runners in scoring position questions for 2 weeks, right? And then the bottom of the lineup has had its struggles producing. But yet in those moments in the late innings, it's almost like they rely on just simplifying things and they come through. Is there something to that kind of meshes with what you're talking about, just kind of knowing the task at that moment?
Yeah, we talked about this several days back as far as like we're better when we're controlling the strike zone and walking more, and not because we're trying to walk, but because we're just stubborn about getting pitches where we want them, and we did a really nice job today. Again, I think we had 7 or 8 walks. Mm-hmm. And just continue to add pressure that way. So there's times where, yeah, you need a hit, but man, controlling the strike zone and just creating a ton of opportunities, we did that. We didn't cash the majority of them in today, but we cashed in enough, and our bullpen did a nice job of giving us a chance there. But yeah, that's something we're going to continue to kind of dial in and get better at.
One of those guys that's strong to walks is Bryan Torres. I know you've talked about him since he's come up, but just to have a moment like this today, and his at-bats are always so competitive.
Yeah, he's going to take a very competitive at-bat. His bat-to-ball skills are awesome. He's going to control the strike zone, and that's why I like being able to insert him down there in the lineup, man, just because you know the type of at-bat you're going to get. But for him to turn on that and the 2-run homer, that's a big swing.
You've talked about wanting to be a pesky team to face. Is example of that in the 8th inning where you put balls in play and you make the other team make the mistake and kind of put the pressure on them, Vic's bunt, and then just putting a ball in play with the base loaded?
Yeah. Another thing we talked about is just exactly that, man. Just being a tough at bat, putting the ball in play, not having a ton of swing and miss in our lineup 1 through 9, like making them earn it, putting pressure on the defense, forcing them to actually make plays, and we did a lot of that today.
Yeah. Jordan Walker, I mean, we ask all the time, it's such a big story, but I mean, today the 2 hits again.
Yeah.
What are you seeing in the batter's box that just excites you?
An extreme amount of confidence. I mean, from the second he walks up to the plate to just the way he gets ready, you can just tell something cool is about to happen, and he believes it. Everybody in the stadium believes it, and at times the guy on the mound also believes it. So what he did today, I mean, right out the gate, just that double after Burley hits his was awesome to see.
Is today an example of the Ryan Stanek you knew you guys were getting this offseason, and kind of the demonstrative way, too? He comes off the mound knowing that was a big spot to get out of.
Yeah, he's got swing in his stuff, man, and he did a nice job getting that ground ball to third and then punching out Benson there to get us off the field and hand it over to Riley. But that's exactly it, and if you look at his outings as of late, he's done a tremendous job. Yeah.
How about McGreevy today, what did you think?
McGreevy was good. I got clipped twice, 2 good swings, but outside of that, was able to get into 2 strike counts more often, and it led to the 5 punch outs. Changeup was good for him today, but I felt like he mixed it well enough to get there. So positive outing for sure.
What does it mean to you to be able to coach in an all-star game?
Man, it means a lot. Just a cool moment from Dave Roberts to be able to even extend the invite, right? It's really special for me and my family, for Amber and I and the girls, to be able to participate in that, and just being able to be here for the time that I've been here in St. Louis and just represent our fan base and our org and our staff and players. That's it's hard to put into words, but it's a really cool moment. So I'm glad we were able to have that conversation when he came into town and asked if I would join him. It was a quick yes, and I'm looking forward to it.
Oli, you spoke with us at length this morning about Riley. What can you say for folks that maybe don't see all the work he's put in, the strides he's made to go from where he was when y'all got him to the closer he's turned himself into?
Man, there's a lot that goes into that, because you get him from Seattle and you have an idea of what's possible for him if you put in the right work and if he commits to it. And there's a time where I felt like we believed in his stuff more than he did. And then you look at where Riley's at today, and there's what he's done with the performance department, with Dusty and his group and Hooley, to be able to not only believe in this stuff, but then put it into action and start executing. There's going to be ups and downs, man. You look at the road that he took to get here, and now to solidify that closer role, it takes a lot of work. And there's going to be times where he gets beat up, and you have to kind of plow through that. But I am beyond excited as to where he's at, not only physically but mentally as our closer.
Not that Jordan will need much help, but now that you're an all-star coach, are you going to use some of your influence to make sure he's on that plane with you?
Man, we got several guys that should make a push for that. And Jordan's having a really good year, and I'm excited to see what he continues to do. Yeah.
Just real quick on that 8th inning, you've talked a lot about how guys are doing what they need to do. Everybody knew that Vic was going to bunt in that spot. He's obviously worked a lot at it, but for him to do that with all eyes on him.
Yeah, and it's something, you talk about work at it, it's every day. And there's been times where it doesn't go his way, but that's part of this. When we talk about growth, you're going to have times where it doesn't go your way, but he's committed to it, and to be able to know everyone in the stadium knows he's doing it, and to be able to lay it down there, put pressure on them, they make a mistake, and it leads to a victory. That's a big part of that game.